This is the video for Lab 10, which discusses the arteries and veins in the fetal pig. So first I'm going to review the large veins for the fetal pig. Everything here will be fair game for your practical and... Okay, so let me start with the heart. Pump that keeps the circulatory system going. And we have two large veins, one that enters from the bottom, one that enters from the top. This one is the inferior vena cava. And this brings blood from organs below the heart. And this is the superior vena cava up here. Superior vena cava. And this brings deoxy blood from tissue above the heart. And then again, then once it goes from the right ventricle to left ventricle, it's going to leave the heart. So approximately the right atria is right around here, and the right ventricle is somewhere approximately there. So blood's going to go up to the atria first, and then both are going to go down to here, and then we're going to leave via the pulmonary trunk, which carries deoxygenated blood. So here is the pulmonary trunk. And again, this is going to bring blood to your lungs. Okay, so those were some large veins that we could see in the fetal pig. Now for the aorta. Again, let me draw my heart, and let's orient ourselves. And the vessel that exits from the left side of circulation, approximately, and then it goes, we have a few pathways up here, and this goes down to tissue below the heart. So this vessel here, this is the aorta, carries oxygenated blood. This part up here where blood's traveling up, we call this the ascending part. So we can call this the ascending aorta. We're going to have blood go to the tissue. And this part here, which brings blood down to tissue below the heart, we call this the descending aorta. Descending aorta. Okay, so now let's do a little bit more informative sketch. I guess I'll just, let me give myself more space. Okay. Let's put our heart down here to give myself some more space. Okay, so what do we have? So there's that descending part. We have one branchway that goes to the left side of the body. And then we have a, kind of this one division here. So this is connected. This is going to go to the right side of circulation. And then here we're going to have the two set, or I guess one set, a pair that are going to go to the head and neck. So here's what we're dealing with. So how do we name everything here? Okay, so it should be, approximately the same height. But here we have a bone here. This bone here, this is your collarbone. This is called the clavicle. So clavicle, which is your collarbone, one on each side. Now this artery here, this artery is below the clavicle. Another way to say below, is sub. So below the clavicle would be subclavian artery. So the full name for this structure would be the right subclavian artery, and that's this vessel right here. And very similarly, this is called the left subclavian artery because it's below the clavicle. Left subclavian artery. And that would be this branch right here. Okay, so these two up here, which go to your neck and head, so this is going to go to the neck. This is also going to go to the head. We call these carotid arteries. So this one here would be the left carotid, and this one would be the right carotid. Okay. So let me use a different color. So this little chunk here, it also has a special name, and we can see that this branches off to an arm, which is the right subclavian, also branches off to the head. Another way to say that would be brachio, which means arm, brachio, and then cephalic. This means head. So this little chunk up here, this little part of the pathway, we can call this the brachiocephalic artery. Brachiocephalic artery. And then it branches off into what you see up here. Okay, now on for the descending part, because remember, all of your tissue is going to need, good fresh blood. So let me draw just that bit, and now let's focus on the descending part. Okay, one of the first stops we're going to make, so first stop, this is the celiac artery. Celiac artery, and this is going to bring blood to your liver. It's going to bring blood, good fresh blood to your stomach. It's also going to bring fresh blood to your spleen. Okay, so let me see where this fits in. So here is your liver, your stomach. Try to put everything into context, and then the spleen is this very flattened out structure near your stomach. Okay, the next stop we're going to take down the aorta. Next stop has a bit of a long name. This is the anterior mesenteric. Anterior mesenteric artery. This is going to bring blood to your small intestine, a very long structure. It's going to bring blood to your long intestine. It's also going to bring blood to your pancreas. It's also going to bring blood to your pancreas. Okay. So these are hard to see for the fetal pig. You won't be responsible for these two. But further down, we are going to have, one on each side in this case. These are actually connected to these organs that filter your blood. And these are your kidneys. So here, this would be the left kidney. Oops, sorry, this would be the right. This would be the right kidney. And this here would be the left kidney. So another way to, when we're talking about the kidney, we can call it renal from a different root. So this artery here, the full name for this would simply just be the left renal artery. Left renal artery. And then the naming for this one would just be the right renal artery. And these are, easy to see in the fetal pig. So right renal artery and the left renal artery. Okay, now going further down, we are kind of near the pelvis. We're near the pelvis of the pig, and we have, two forks in the road. So there's the first fork, and here is the second fork. But now, how are we going to name these structures? How are we going to call these structures? And we're going to refer to the bones that they're nearby. So again, like I said, we're near the pelvis region. And let me see. Okay, so this structure up here, this outer region of bone, this is called the iliac crest. And then this region of bone, we call this the ilium. So the arteries that are nearby here, which is in this region, some part of the name is going to be iliac artery. And hopefully you see where that name came from. Okay. So now let me draw my fork in the road again, and we're going to get the full name for our structures. And then one more fork in the road. Okay, so these two, which are on the outside, we can give them the additional name of external in relation to the two on the inside. So these two are my external ones. So the full name for this one on the outside, this one right here would be my left external iliac artery. And that would be this vessel right here. And this is going to bring blood to the pig's left leg. Okay. Similarly, on this side, this is the right external iliac artery. This is going to bring blood to the pig's right leg. Right leg. Okay. And these two, since they're on the inside, we'll give them the additional name of internal. So here are my two internal. And now everything else is pretty much the same. This one's on the right side, so it has the name right internal and then iliac artery. Right internal iliac, and this one would be the left internal iliac artery. So this is this one, and this is this one. So the internals are going to bring blood to the, well, it's going to become the umbilical artery, which flank the bladder. It's going to provide blood to, your sex organs, to your rectum, so this is part of your large intestine, part of the large intestine. And I think this was it. If I mentioned anything, if I forgot anything. Umbilical artery, and yep. This is, and here is an image of the major arteries that we mentioned and structures that you are responsible for.